Hello guys, this is Avox Grim, and I'm doing a commentary with
Avox Klutch.
that's Klutch and I'm using the asshole. No, just kidding. It's the MSR. Today we're gonna be
A little more
talking
serious.
a little more serious. This is something that I'm trying for the first time, technically third time, but yeah, we're gonna be talking about current events that happened that are just absolutely upsetting, and I'm actually almost in tears right now because I'm an emotional kid. But I'm sorry for the people in Connecticut, and if you don't know what happened in Connecticut,
You must have not had an internet for like the past week.
you must not have had internet for the past week, like he said. A man, I don't know what was going through his head. He just absolutely some sick, absolute insane psycho that deserves to be dead. Thank God he did, and he killed 22 kindergarten students
Not just kindergarten.
and other personnel or teachers at that school. And I'm absolutely in awe. I'm upset over this. I'm disgusted with this. And I'm sorry for the families that went through this. I'm sorry for the teachers in the school. I'm sorry for the students' friends. Like,
The ones who survived must be going through a lot right now.
I imagine they have major PTSD or post-traumatic stress disorder, if you don't know.
Or
what
they
that
will
is.
once they're older, when they're
Or
like
they
more
will
mature.
once they realize.
Just keeping in mind they're like kindergarten kids, and I'm not gonna say anything like bad, but like death doesn't really mean anything to them yet.
yet they
Right.
haven't grown like morals or maturity yet. It's just terrible. Like, if I've had things happen in my life that I actually have post traumatic stress disorder, it's terrible. I wouldn't like know from experience, but it's I got it when I was like 10. I couldn't imagine it having since my childhood. Like, I wouldn't be able to understand anything. I wouldn't be able to understand why people are dying around me. It's just absolutely absolutely terrible and disgusting that some man would do that to a whole bunch of children for no specific reason, and I'm just absolutely disgusted. Now we're going to talk about something else too that is actually just, it's almost worse than Hitler. I'm debating that it is worse than Hitler. And you guys probably have heard about it, but Klutch knows about it more than I do, so I'm going to let him talk about it.
So pretty much these guys, you might know, they've been like titled as a hate group. They're known as the Westboro Baptist Church, and their most recent target, I guess you could say, was the shooting at Connecticut, saying that like, oh, this meant to happen, this was God's will, blah 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 blah. But what the fuck? Like, is this what we're coming to? Like, a bunch of picketers. These guys are really famous for like their anti-gay picketing. They've done a lot of funeral picketing. They picketed Steve Jobs' funeral. They've picketed Joe Paterno, blah blah blah, Whitney Houston, even. For what reasons? Like, seriously? Because God, blah blah blah.
God's will. God's will.
Exactly.
He brought those 22 kids on this world just to die. I'm not religious and all, but if that is God's will, then what is, like, that's not a good God. I'm sorry for saying that comment, but if he put like that onto the world and that's God's will, what did those kids do? They were in kindergarten. What could they have done? Like, it'd be different if you were talking about like a gang group, like Crips or Bloods or something like that. That could be God's will. I could see them saying that, but saying it's God's will when it's 22 little kindergarten kids, that's not right.
I mean, they think that Obama is the Antichrist
Because he's black.
because he's black.
Because he's black. That's not. They're extremely racist. They hate gay people. They have. What did they do about the Jewish?
They
Again?
pretty much just picket against Jewish institutions. So like refugees, all that kind of stuff, they think that's wrong because they're a different religion.
That's basically Hitler. Is it not? Like, they're basically saying, "Oh, we don't want Jews around. They don't want gays around," which is another like terrible bad thing. Like, being in Canada, we have the right to sexual orientation. I don't really know about anywhere else, but it is perfectly fine here. But they're allowed to do whatever they want. Now I'm talking about the gay people, not like them.
They're allowed to marry. They're allowed to
do whatever
publicly, but like, it's these people that like
being gay isn't
yeah.
a choice. It's something in their DNA. It's like what are they gonna do about it? And they can change themselves. They can be better people. They just don't want to because they're sick, twisted, dirtbag like losers and scum to this earth, and they don't want to because.
I'm not talking about gays, by the way.
Oh, I'm not talking about gays. No. I'm talking.
It kind of like sounded like you were talking about them, but no. We're talking about the church.
The church. I'm so damn sorry if it came off like that, but you know what I mean. They're just disgusting people. Like, I can't fathom how much I want to go down there and put an RPG down their throat.
Like, they picketed, like, a 2008, the China earthquake. They picketed, and I quote this is not my opinion, but, I quote, for many earthquakes to kill many more thousands of impudent and ungrateful Chinese. Seriously?
Even more racist. Right there.
Seriously? Like, do you want more natural disasters to occur so many more people who don't like you die? Like, this is the problems with religion. Like, I don't mind religion, but don't take it to the extreme. Don't like kill everyone who isn't part of your religion. That's why I don't have a religion. So, exactly. So, and they pickets armies saying 1, 2, 3, 4. God hates Marine Corps, or thank God for dead soldiers. Blah blah blah. Like, seriously, these are people who are fighting for your country and fighting for you and fighting for your freedom, and you're just going there saying go to hell, fuck off, pretty much. Like, that's what they're coming to.
They're fighting for their freedom. That's like, they shouldn't have anyone fighting for like the Westboro Baptist Church. They should be on their own. That's what I know. This opinion is kind of sick and twisted, but I don't care. They should be shipped off somewhere where they're completely alone, and they should be able to live their own lives. They might seem happy about that, but don't give them food, don't give them water, make them suffer. They don't want people fighting for them. They don't want the government's money, because that's probably what they're like fighting off of. They probably don't have real jobs because they're total dicks.
I doubt the government gives them money.
I doubt the government. Oh, well, there you go. And I doubt they have jobs because they're complete dicks. Imagine writing that on your resume.
They're not even really a church. They're a hate group.
Oh my god. They're a hate group. And imagine writing that on your resume trying to get a job. Oh, hi. I hate everyone. Like, nobody's gonna hire them. Nobody's gonna want them. They're probably just sitting there having cans of beans and stuff, talking about racism and stuff. And it's like, what the hell are you doing with your life? You need to go home, sit on your couch, reevaluate your life, and stop being such a racist piece of shit. Because I know everyone's a little racist, but you don't have to take it to the whole out extreme.
Anyways, I just want to end with this one more story that I have. This little 11-year-old kid had a brain tumor. He raised 500,000 pounds for charity, not for himself, not for his treatments, not for his family, for charity, so people can learn better about their diseases and blah blah blah. The Westboro picket did that kid because he didn't obey God apparently. And about, I think it was 2 hours after that comment, the kid died. And did the Westboro church feel sorry? No. Did he obey God? I don't know. Well, like, I have no clue what their God is. So, it clearly isn't the same God that I've been, like, hearing about. Like, I obviously still, I'm not really Christian, so I don't know. But that doesn't sound like the God that I know, or I've heard about. So, I don't know if I'm wrong or right, but I'm not religious, so I'm not going to get too much into that. All I'm saying is that he raised it for charity, and you pretty much took that away from him. So, good job, you fucking whores.
The last thing he had happy in his life, the last thing he could have been proud of, the thing that could have made his, like, death a happy had him have a smile on his face. Like, I imagine that everyone in this world wants to die happy, and they took that away from him, and I don't think that's okay at all. We need to do something about this and do whatever we can.
But anyways, this commentary is coming to an end. We want to extend our reach to the families of the children that have been lost and all the friends. But this is Avox Klutch.
Avox Grown,
And try to have a nice day, guys.
you too. Deuces.